Hey guys, it's day number 44.
I'm Trish.
Booyah!
I'm Trisha.
I'm Trent.
I'm Todd.
And we're the Bakers. And we are juicing for 100 days. Well, Trent isn't, but Todd and I are juicing for 100 days.
100.
And today I wanted to bring on our second son, Trent, who is really awesome. He's our 14-year-old second son. And he doesn't really like to be in front of the camera, but I coaxed him to be on today. So you've seen him a couple times in a couple of cameos and different videos, but I coaxed him into coming on and being on with us on this video and to talk about one little thing that I wanted to talk about. So thanks, Trent, for being on our show.
Welcome.
He's super awesome. He's very helpful. He likes to cook, and he helps with juicing, and he helps with the little kids. And he does the dishes, and he's super, super helpful. So we love our Trent. So anyhow, today, guys, I've got a story for you. So last night, Todd juiced like an awesome juice. We used most of the old produce that we had because we ended up going grocery shopping yesterday. We did a big haul yesterday. We did let's see, what did all we do? We did Aldi's, and we did our produce stand that we like. The natural food store, and we finally ended up with Publix because we like to get our 25-pound bag of carrots from there.
Yep.
It was a big haul to yesterday. And so we needed to finish up all the rest of our produce before we put in the new produce. So here we had this beautiful basket of juice that Todd juiced up, and produce that he juiced up for us, and it made four. It was four bottles.
I think I had 4. It started with 4.
Then you broke one.
Dropped one, and then it all went downhill from there. I was trying to put it in the outside fridge, which is a small little fridge, and it already had a few things in it. And there was a new bag of spinach, a big bag of spinach, and apples, 2 5-pound bags of apples. And I was trying to get the juice on the door, and the door holder that holds everything onto the door fell off when I was shutting it, and one started to fall out, and I caught it, and then the other 2 started to slide out, and then one hit the ground upside down and exploded. So it had beet juice in it and went all over my pant legs, and yep, that was the start of it.
It's crazy.
And then I put the rest of it in there, or so I thought. I ended up leaving one of them on a shelf out there and didn't realize it. Got so flustered. And then the other 2 I did put in there, but I didn't shut the door all the way. The bag of spinach and the apples was pressing up the door, and it must have popped back open after I had put the cubby door back down that the refrigerator is inside of. So unfortunately, this morning when Trisha went to get the juices were warm, and so was most of everything else that was on the outside of the refrigerator. Everything on the far inside, I think, stayed cold because it was insulated from the spinach and the apples, but the juice was not cold.
It was a bummer.
Yep.
That's okay. These things happen. So I did have a little bit of that juice though, because one of them wasn't too warm. It was just like kind of cool. So I had about half of it, and then I got a little worried. So I thought I shouldn't have any more. So haven't had any problems yet. So
won't need the enema tonight.
Stop it. You're crazy.
Yeah, I know.
So then we juiced some more today, and we're getting ready to have our last juice of the day, which is our yummy V8 style juice.
Delicious.
And this has all of the supplements for the day because we haven't had our supplements yet, and so it's going to be very filling, which will be nice to end our day on. And so you want to tell us what's in our juice?
I put a picture on my Instagram at JToddBaker of the ingredients tonight. It was a nice medley of vegetables with some apples, a couple apples. I think I put 2 green apples in it, but it had rainbow chard, green kale, red onion, garlic. It had a couple limes, some red peppers, tomatoes, carrots, celery, cucumber. That rounds it out.
Yeah, and our peppers were awesome because those were on sale yesterday at the produce stand. There are organic peppers, and they were getting ready to go bad, so he put a whole basket of red, green, and orange peppers. I didn't get the green ones, just the red and orange. It was only $1 a pound, which was awesome. Nice, so we loaded up on that and just decided, we'd hurry up and juice those. So we took advantage of that deal.
They were in pretty good shape, actually. I juiced them tonight, and they were still in pretty good shape. Tomorrow I'll juice the rest of them. They're still really good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
So
nice.
so that was cool. And then one more cool thing to tell you about. So Todd decided to take the pulp today from the juice that he used, and he decided to make burgers out of them. So veggie burgers out of them.
Yep.
And so Trent's gonna tell us how they tasted.
They tasted good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did it taste like?
Uh,
Similar to any of the other veggie like frozen burgers
yeah,
you bought before?
similar.
I put a little too much cayenne pepper. What everybody said. I
Oh
didn't.
no, it's alright.
I didn't gauge it
He
very
likes
well.
the hot, but the other kids probably like
A little
too
everybody
hot
loved
then.
it, but they were after a few bites it started to catch up to them, and they were not pleased. So next time I'll, instead of just dumping some in there, it was a big batch of pulp that I pureed. I'll make sure I don't put too much in next time and can add it after the fact if they want more spice.
But it was really smart.
But yeah, it's I'm gonna do that again from now on. We've been eating, we haven't been eating, but the kids. I've been making the kids lately quinoa or black bean burgers that we buy prepackaged that are quite pricey.
Yeah.
Quite
they're
pricey. And just the one batch of juice tonight with the pulp would have literally made probably, I'm guessing, 2 meals of veggie burgers for the kids, maybe 3. It was a lot of pulp,
Yeah.
lot of pulp, and it did actually. If you're careful, you can actually. I cooked a couple samples, and it'll hold together in the pan. I have some ideas for putting a few things in it. I did actually had some quinoa uncooked to one of them and just made it a thick patty and cooked it quite a while. And that one actually was like it actually held together very well and got crunchy, according to what Trent said, that because the quinoa shells were still in there, but it was a little bit of a crunch taste, I think. They said it was good, so we may try to boil the quinoa and put some quinoa in it, or maybe even find some sort of starchy substance of sort, whether it's potato flour or something along
You
those
could use
lines.
oatmeal too.
Yeah, maybe even some oatmeal. I could puree or grind up some oatmeal to put in there, and they take a while to cook, but I think that would work out well with the oatmeal in it, because the oatmeal would actually congeal while it was cooking.
But it's a good idea for if you have a family and like how to make it work. If you're juicing and you're not juicing for the kids, of course, like, 'cause of course they're not going to juice totally, but it's an idea and it worked. And then we used oatmeal bread. It was fresh from it's from the Deland Bread Bakery, which I think is out of Sarasota actually. And then our natural food store gets the shipment in. So
The kids like it.
the kids like it, and it doesn't have it's vegan.
It's
it doesn't
vegan
have
bread.
and it's gluten free for the most part. I mean, they have to write on there that it might be cross contaminated in the bakery with some gluten, but we've never
good
had
for
an
our
issue.
family.
Yeah, it's fine for
really
us. So it works, and it was good and filling for the kids. So
Yeah, it was nice to take advantage of all that pulp, because I've been throwing it away.
yeah, it's like, what do you do?
We don't
with
have a
pulp?
garden
We
because
don't,
we're in the
right.
RV,
You can
and
compost, but we can't.
so I just the mixture of the vegetables tonight was so good and it looked so delicious that I was like, I'm gonna save that pulp, and I put the food processor to use and pureed it down, so it wasn't. I didn't make it mush, but I pureed it pretty well. So I did add 1 raw potato to it to try to give it a little starchy, but I don't think that was really necessary. That's it. That's
Good.
it for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to say,
Score.
Trent?
Nope.
So how do you like us juicing?
It's alright. It doesn't really affect me.
You're eating better.
Well, yeah, true.
You're eating
And
much
you like
better.
and you like to juice too for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trent's a very healthy eater, so he
Yeah.
likes to have lots of produce. It's
Likes
awesome.
to eat.
Yeah, he likes to eat. All right, guys. Well, thanks for checking in with us, and I hope you have a nice night and
Juice
happy
on.
juicing. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.